who are just sick, having a growing diversity of virus samples will fast the virus's rate of mutation, which is a long way to say, I'm going to live until I get the vaccine. Got that? Great. Do it, Agent. Solid work.
Warning. Now entering a contaminated area.
Hey, what is up everyone? The LDB is back at it again, coming at you today with my PvE Hexo build for 1.8.3. Now, I also recently did a PvP Hexo, and we'll have a link for that build in the description as well as at the end of the video, so definitely check that one out. Now, for this build, I was actually really surprised at how well this has been working, just simply because of the lower rolls that the high-end or exotic gear has. But it's still working out really nice. I was going to wait for the end of the global event to get the gameplay footage, but I really didn't want to go a whole week without uploading, so either way, I hope you enjoy. And as always, if you find these videos helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for future content if you are new to the channel, make sure you got that notification bell on, and go ahead and drop a comment down there letting everybody know how or if you have been running a Hexo in 1.8.3. So, let's get into it. Okay, so let's go over these skills and talents really quick. Nothing too crazy going on here. I'm going to be using a booster shot. Temporarily increases damage and damage resistance, as well as healing you, obviously. But that temporary increase of damage is definitely where it's at. On this build, we don't have a whole lot of firearms, and any way that you can push it is definitely a good thing. You know, you can't really go wrong with a booster shot. Now, you could always go with a pulse as well, because get your crit chance and damage up as much as possible. And as you can see, we do have some electronics on this build, and it pushes that crit chance and damage a lot. But to me, I'd like to play it safe and run with a immunizer because of those heavies, and their flames just suck. You set this down, you're doing okay. You can face tank them, take them out, no big deal. So that's what I'm rolling with that. And normally I will be going with a recovery link for the signature since I'm running solo, but I've been trying to push the firepower as much as possible, so when you pop that tack link, that'll definitely push that a whole lot more. If you want to play on the conservative side, you could always go with a recovery link or even a survivor link as well. So other than that, let's move on to the talents. Okay, so as far as the talents go, I'm going to be going with Critical Save. Use a medkit during low health to increase damage resistance 20%. So that's awesome when you're really getting lit up. You got to pop that medkit. You get your health back on top of some damage resistance. You can either face tank and put them down, or you can always fall back to some cover. Whatever works out, but it's definitely very helpful. So moving on to Precision. Since I am not using a pulse on this build as of right now, Precision kind of takes the place of that. Headshot a hostile to pulse them for 10 seconds. Very effective and pretty straightforward. And to help land those headshots, I have been using Steady Hands. I really recommend, if you haven't tried this out, try it out. I promise it is awesome. Enter any cover to reduce recoil by 25% for 10 seconds. So that is an awesome thing on an assault rifle, anything, even a marksman rifle, whatever you're using, to be able to reach out and land those headshots more effectively. And honestly, this is one of my favorite talents overall. So other than that, moving on to On the Move. Kill a hostile while moving to reduce incoming damage 15%. So this is pretty much proccing all the time, going off constantly, and you just always have that incoming damage buff of 15%. So pretty straightforward there. Let's get on to the build itself. And here it is. So, as you can see, nothing too crazy, just a whole mixed match of a bunch of crazy stuff, and it's been working out nice. So first, let's take a look up there. The Firearms is just over 5,000. This is not maxed out. I've been putting a little bit of div tech into it, but it's not fully maxed out. I'm pushing it, and I probably will because it has been working out nice. But we got the Firearms at 5,000, the Stamina over 6,000. The Toughness, I tried to get past that 450 and we achieved that. We got 463 on there, and our electronics is over 4,000 since we do have one piece rolled for electronics, and with the backpack combined, that skill power up there 157,000. So whatever you are using as far as skills are going to go are going to be just a little bit stronger. So other than that, let's get onto the weapons, and then we'll go over the gear pieces individually. Okay, so my primary weapon is a LVOA. I have it maxed out here. We got 24% enemy armor damage. Per bullet is 20.8k. I'd say that's not too bad for just a mixed match build. We don't have anything going on with the RPM, but we do have a pretty good mag size on there. But the talents really make the weapon here. Ferocious, deadly, and destructive. Again, I've said this in previous videos. This is pretty much God roll for me. I love this combo for PvE, and I highly recommend you to try it. Ferocious, getting that damage up against anybody with a yellow bar. Deadly, getting your crit damage up, and then destructive, just melting through that armor bar. Works out awesome. And the mods that I have on here are a mag with mag size, crit damage, and crit chance. I didn't go with rate of fire because that's more a PvP thing in my opinion. I would much rather go with a little bit of crit chance or damage and stack that instead of the RPM. But to each their own. Now the optics, I have crit chance, crit damage, and headshot damage. The muzzle, I have crit damage, crit chance, and headshot damage as well. And the underbarrel, we have crit damage, stability, and some optimal range. Now, pretty straightforward on that. It is a damage weapon. My secondary is the healer. I don't have it really maxed out at all. I really rarely use this. I only pull it out when I'm really in a pinch. But I did go with Unforgiving, Sustained, and Predatory on here. So that's pretty good right there. Unforgiving going to work because obviously you're probably not going to be doing too well when you swap to this secondary, and if you're missing any kind of health segments, your damage is going to be higher, and you just put them down really quick. You get Sustained to proc, you get that 6% automatically on top of Predatory, 35% over 20 seconds, and it's been working out really nice. So other than that, let's go on to the gear pieces and check those out individually. Alright, so the chest piece that I am going to be using is a Barrett Vest. It is rolled for Firearms. I really love Barrett Vest for plenty of reasons, but specifically for this build, it fits really nice. No skills on cooldown increases skill power by 10%. And when we actually have a piece rolled for electronics as well as the backpack that I'm using, which I'll get to in just a moment here, it really does work out awesome, pushing that skill power as far as it can, and you definitely can see it when you check out your skills. I mean, with my booster shot, I'm getting about a third of my life back, which I'd have to say that's pretty good. Either way, moving on, one skill on cooldown increases damage by 5%. That's awesome when we only have 5,000 firearms. And two skills on cooldown increases armor by 10%. So since we have the lower toughness, we have some pretty good stamina, but our toughness is still pretty low. That two skills on cooldown and that armor increase of 10% definitely is a great thing. Now on here we have health rolled, enemy armor damage, and ammo capacity. And we have 2 stamina with 4% damage to elite mods on here. We got some pretty good mods for this build. So moving on to the mask here, you could go with whatever kind of mask you really want. I mean, to each their own, whatever you want. I simply like Pharaoh mask because user can run and shoot their weapon while burning. Now, if you've watched my videos before, I don't like to burn. So when I am burning, I can just run up and shoot them in the face. Hey, solves my problem. And we have this rolled for enemy armor damage and damage to elites. We have a stamina with 4% damage to elite mods on there as well. Moving on to the knee pads. Now, these are classified. You don't have to go with classified. I just simply did to get the higher roll on it. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. It will still work out just fine. These knee pads are Alpha Bridge. They're rolled for stamina here. We have crit damage, shock resistance, burn resistance, and damage to elites. So, pretty straightforward there as well. And the mods that we have on here is a stamina with damage to elite mods and a 6% first aid self-heal. That 6% first aid self-heal is a big one. I mean, if you got 5.5s or even 5% whatever, the self-heal mods go a long way on this, definitely, especially, again, since we have that lower toughness. So other than that, moving on to the holster here, again, this is another classified piece. I said in my PvP video, definitely go with a classified holster if you can get one that is maxed out. 1401s across the board, because that will push your firearms, stamina, and electronics up all at the same time on one piece. And we have that rolled for a crit chance, and we have a 6% first aid self-heal on there as well. Now, the gloves we actually have rolled for electronics. I know it's kind of weird, but these skull gloves are amazing. Damage increased by 16% when no set bonuses are active. So again, do not put any kind of green gear, any kind of classified, anything like that on there, and then put a Ninja Bike backpack on. It will not let the skull gloves work. definitely go with a different backpack. Do not use a ninja bike bag. But either way, these are rolled for assault rifle damage, crit damage, and enemy armor damage. So pretty good right there. These are working out nice for me. Now the backpack, this is definitely something I would highly recommend. Specialized. It is rolled for firearms, adds 200% of firearms and stamina to skill power. So that really pushes that skill power even more, like I was saying, and it's been working out awesome. Now we have it rolled for crit damage and bleed resistance, and we have a stamina with damage to elite mod on there, and 6% first aid self heals. So that's about it, guys, the build in a whole overall. Let's go over and take a look at the character sheet and see what we got going on there. Alright, so just to recap, firearms at 5,000, stamina at 6,000, and the electronics at 4,000. The weapon damage per bullet is almost 21,000, not too bad. The crit chance is 17%, nothing special at all, but when we have precision proc, that's definitely going to be helping us out a lot, as well as with the crit hit damage, 117%. Headshot damage, 87%, so when you smack them in the face, they definitely do not like that. We got some pretty good range, 29 meters. Now, the all weapons damage bonus is 16%, just simply because of those gloves. Just because of those gloves. I'm loving that. And when you pop your booster shot, that's another 15% on top of it. And then you have the assault rifle damage up 12%. And you can see how that just stacks up really nice. Just those right there. And it gets even better down here. Let's take a look at the damage to elites. 58%. Yep, we got there with it, and they definitely feel it. This is awesome. It's been working out great. The enemy armor damage, 60.5%. Again, it's a work in progress, so this will definitely be going up a little bit higher, but 60% enemy armor damage is still, that's not bad for a mixed match build. I mean, I was surprised how well this actually came together. Moving on to the skill power, 157,000. So again, that's going to be making your skills somewhat powerful. Nothing too crazy, but more than usual. You know what I mean? Now the survivability, 463,000, and the max health of 312,000. I wish I could have broke 325 at least. 3.25. 330, something like that. But 312. We're working it. It's working out nice. Now, the armor, again, it's a work in progress. 32.6% right there. The health regen, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. We got a little bit of bleed resistance. I wish I could have got a little bit more than that, but it is what it is. We got the burn at 33, so that's cool with me. And we have the shock at 32. So overall, we got the top three that I worry about in PvE, and, it's been working out nice. So that's about it, guys. I mean, I hope you really enjoyed this video or found it helpful. If you did, definitely smash that like button, subscribe for future content, especially if you are new to the channel. Make sure you got that notification bell on, and go ahead and drop a comment down there letting everybody know how or if you have even been using a Hexo in 1.8.3. So, until next time, guys, take it easy. I will see you then. Later.